Jai Hind everyone. I am Vivek Kumar Pansari, Assistant Professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering at Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. So, this video is particularly in continuation of basic concepts related to engineering mechanics. Okay. So, in part 1 video, I covered the force, its effect on different type of bodies, then how to resolve the forces, what do we mean by free body diagram. So, some basic concepts had been already covered in the previous video, and some remaining part I would like to cover in this particular video. So, the first thing which is here is the equilibrium and rigid body equilibrium we are talking about. So, basically we are dealing with the effect of force on rigid bodies first. So, there we talk about the equilibrium. So, what is the meaning of equilibrium? It is necessary to discuss here. A rigid body will remain in equilibrium provided the sum of all the external forces acting on the body is equal to 0. So, it means if in a free body diagram we are observing number of forces there, then the resultant of all these forces, the net effect of all these forces, if the net effect of force is equal to 0, then we will say the body is in equilibrium. And it is not necessary that only the translation we are talking about, we are also talking about the rotational tendency because of force, which is known as the moment. So, a body is in equilibrium when the net effect of various forces acting on a body is 0, either it is the translation because of the force or it is a rotational tendency. So, just here consider a body which is subjected to number of forces F1, F2, F3, F4, these are the forces, and because of these forces mx, my and mz are the rotational tendency about x axis, y axis and z axis. Okay. So, if we have to write the equilibrium equation for a 3-dimensional force system, then we can write sigma Fx equal to 0. It means the algebraic sum of all the forces in x direction. Algebraic sum means what? Because the force is a vector quantity. So, we have to decide one direction which we are considering as a positive. So, if we are considering in plus x direction as a positive, then obviously minus x will be considered as negative. So, sigma Fx equal to 0 means the algebraic sum of all the forces in x direction equal to 0. All the forces means the components of F1, F2, F3 and F4. Okay. So, components of all these forces in x direction must be equal to 0. Similarly, sigma Fy and sigma Fz equal to 0. It means the algebraic sum of all the forces in y direction or in z direction must be equal to 0. So, there is no possibility of translation. Similarly, if the body is in equilibrium, then we can say the rotational tendency because of F1, F2, F3 and F4 forces about x axis must be equal to 0. Same for y, same for z also. So, this is what the equilibrium means. Okay. For moving towards the equilibrium of body, we have to deal with certain type of supports here. Okay. So, support, if the support is of roller kind, okay, as we observe in our skates and some other places also, then the motion is permitted in this direction. Okay. This beam or this body can translate horizontally, but it is restricted in y direction. It is restricted in y direction. So, the motion is constrained, motion is restricted. Again this restriction, there is a vertical upward reaction force. Okay. So, for drawing the free body diagram, we have to deal with this type of notation. Sometimes if the body is placed or beam is placed in such a manner that the joint is pin joint. So, here what we are observing, neither it can translate in this direction nor it can translate in this direction. So, not in x direction, not in y direction, but the beam can rotate, So, rotational constraint is not there, linear constraints are there, translational constraints are there, against these restrictions and constraints there will be two reaction forces Fx and Fy. Similarly, if we are dealing with the fixed type of support, okay, so where one end is fixed and other is free. Now here all the three motions are constrained. What three motions? The translation in x direction, translation in y direction and rotation. Okay? All these are restricted. So against all these restrictions, against all these constraints, there will be three reactions. One is Fx, Fy, Fy and the rotational moment, reactive moment also. Okay. Now for dealing with rigid body equilibrium, there are some examples, so how these type of things which generally comes in our problems. If we are dealing with the cable which is in tension, so then the tension will be shown outward. Okay. If a body is placed on a smooth surface, then normal reaction will be there. So contact force is compressive and is normal to the surface. So against this reaction, okay, against this action there will be reaction. If the surface is rough, then normal reaction and the frictional force. So resultant R will be taken into consideration. Okay. If we are dealing with the roller support, already told. Okay. So this may be roller, this type of roller, this type of roller, all these are the different diagrammatic representation of roller support. So in all these the motion is constrained, so against this there will be normal reaction. If the pin is there, already told. Okay. So if the pin is there, pin joint is there, then the motion is constrained in two direction. So two reactions will be there and this R is the resultant of that. Okay. Built-in or fixed support is there. So I am representing in all the manners. There simply I have taken the roller, pin and fixed, but these are the problems generally in diagrammatic representation in the problems. So in the built-in or fixed support or welding is there, then the motion is constrained in this manner. So horizontal, vertical and the reactive moment. Gravitational attraction is there, then the force of gravitational will be considered at center of gravity. So mg, the weight passes through mg. Spring action will be considered if F is the force we are applying on spring, then kx will be the opposite force. Okay, kx is the opposite force. So these are the spring force. So spring force is tensile if a spring is stressed and compressive if compressed. For a linearly elastic spring, the stiffness k is the force required to deform a spring by unit distance. So this is how we deal with different problems related to rigid body equilibrium. Now if we are dealing with number of forces, then forces may be collinear. So if the line of action of all the forces, so here we are observing F1, F2, F3, there are three forces and line of action of all the forces passes through same line. The line of action of all the forces is same, it is in x direction. So if we are dealing with this type of problem where forces are collinear, then one equation of equilibrium is sufficient, which is sigma Fx equal to 0. But for a concurrent force system, if it is not collinear, so here we are observing the force system is concurrent because the line of action of all the forces F1, F2, F3, F4 passes through this point O. So forces are concurrent, but these are not collinear. So for defining the equilibrium in a plane, we have to go with two equations, sigma Fx equal to 0 and sigma Fy equal to 0. If forces are not concurrent, these are parallel, okay, but coplanar. So in this type of situation, the equation of equilibrium are sigma Fx equal to 0 and sigma mz equal to 0. The moment, the rotational tendency about z axis. So in general, we can say by clubbing all these conditions, we can come to the conclusion ki what type of force system it is. If it is a two-dimensional force system analysis, then we can manage the problem with these three equations, sigma Fx equal to 0, sigma Fy equal to 0 and sigma mz equal to 0. So these three equations are sufficient Similarly, if we are dealing with three-dimensional force analysis, okay, so if the force system is concurrent, then we have to include one more equation, that is sigma fz equal to 0, okay, because earlier we were not taking z direction into consideration. Same happens if the forces are concurrent with a line. So then two more equations which comes in picture, this is the sigma mx, sigma my and sigma mz equal to 0. If the forces are parallel in three-dimensional force system, then we can eliminate sigma fy and sigma fz equal to 0, these two equations, because the direction of all the forces, these are parallel to each other. So these two equations, sigma fy and sigma fz equation equals to 0, can be eliminated. So we can deal this type of problem with these three equations, sigma fx equal to 0, sigma my equal to 0 and sigma mz equal to 0. So in general, by clubbing all these, we can come to the conclusion that there are 6 equations of equilibrium for three-dimensional force system analysis. These are sigma fx, sigma fy, sigma fz equal to 0, which controls the translation, and sigma mx and sigma my and sigma mz equal to 0. So for rotational equilibrium of the body. So that's what I told on my first slide. These are the 3 or plus 3 6 equations which are so in this 6 manners the translation or rotation of body is possible. So if the body is in equilibrium, if the net effect of force on the body is 0, then these 6 mathematical equations must be satisfied. Now earlier we have discussed about moment. So what is basically the moment of a force? So moment, it is a rotational tendency, it is a rotational tendency of a force, rotational tendency of body due to the effect of force. So what is written? Moment about axis OO. Okay. So before moving to that, if I say this body is hinged here, if I am applying a force here, then it will be having a tendency of rotation. It is not necessary body will always translate, it can rotate also. So force can produce the rotational effect also, and the rotational effect because of force is known as moment. So moment about axis O, here consider the case there is an axis OO, I am trying to rotate this pipe with the help of force. Okay. So one thing is there, either I can hold this pipe and I can try to open or close this, okay, I can try to rotate it, but when I am putting some lever, when I am putting some wrench pana here, now if I am applying the force F, then the rotation of this pipe will be easier as compared to when I am holding it by my hand. So this is the effect of moment, and from where this effect is coming? It is coming from F into D. So the rotational tendency M is equal to, mathematically it is equal to force into perpendicular distance. So again I am coming to that point, okay, moment means what? It is the rotational effect, rotational tendency produced by force about any axis, and mathematically it is equal to F into D, where F is the force and D is the perpendicular distance of line of action of force from axis of rotation. So D is this, line of action of force is this, line of action of force is this, and axis and force, these are at D distance. So F into D, this will up. Now the question comes, is it a vector quantity or a scalar quantity? Obviously the moment about any axis due to any force, it is a vector quantity. It is a cross product of position vector and force vector, r cross f, and when we are dealing with r cross f, the resultant will be r f sin alpha, and another term will come in picture, that is n cap. N cap indicates the direction of vector, direction of vector. It means the direction of moment vector will be perpendicular to the plane in which vector r means position vector and vector f means force vector lies. So here in this case we are observing that vector r is lying here, vector f is lying here. So the direction normal cap will be perpendicular to this, okay, perpendicular to this plane. So n cap. And another thing through which we can say the sense of rotation will be given by sense of rotation or direction of movement will be given by right hand thumb rule. So, if the rotational tendency because of any force is indicated by curl of finger, then right hand thumb indicates the direction of moment vector. So, this is what shown here to right hand thumb. So, this is the rotational tendency and M, this is the moment vector which is indicated by thumb of right hand. Okay. So, this is what the moment it. So, again concluding I am here, moment is a rotational tendency due to any force and mathematically it is equal to F into D. So, the rotational tendency can be more if the force is more, it can be more if the D is more. So, generally we prefer what? Generally we prefer to increase the distance to achieve that much amount of moment. Now, the one thing must be asked, why the moment is fixed. This has to be answered here. Moment of inertia. What is this term, moment of inertia? What is this term, moment of inertia? Moment of inertia of a body by virtue of which the body resists the change of state in rotation. Okay. So, now if I want to rotate this body about this axis, so obviously its moment of inertia is fixed because its mass is fixed and distribution of mass is fixed. So, for rotating this body about this axis, I have to apply a fixed amount of moment, and that fixed amount of moment either I can achieve by increasing the force or by increasing the distance. So, this is the concept behind it, F into D. Moment of a force, okay, yes, it verifies the principle of transmissibility of forces also. Any force that has the same magnitude and direction as F is equivalent if it also has the same line of action and therefore produces the same moment. So, now let us understand this particular statement. What is this statement is? This F, either it can be here, it can be here, it can be here. In all these regards, if the line of action of force is same, but the distance from point O, here in the first case it is R3, in the second case it is R2, in the third case it is R1. So, the rotational tendency because of force F either at any position, either at R3 or R2 or R1, the moment about point O because of this force will be same. It means this force F can be transmitted in its line of action at any point, its moment about point O will remain same. Why it will remain same? Because the perpendicular distance between the line of action of force and the point O is same. Perpendicular distance is same, only the position, only the point of application of force is changing. So, if force can be transmitted, its moment effect will remain same. Here also the Braggnon's theorem. So, what is the scope of this Braggnon's theorem? What is it? Is basically based on principle of moment, and principle of moment is basically sigma m equals to 0. The algebraic sum of all the moments due to various forces about any axis or point will be equal to 0 if the body is in rotational equilibrium. Okay. So, Braggnon's theorem says what? The moment of a force about a point is equal to the sum of the moments of the forces components about the point. It means the individual forces are creating some moment, some rotational tendency about any point or axis. So, the same moment or same rotational effect will be produced by the resultant of these forces. This is what the meaning of resultant. Resultant will produce the same effect. So, here we can take if F1 and F2, these are the two forces and F is the resultant. Okay. All these parallelogram law is followed. So, F is the resultant represented by the diagonal. If I have to take the moment about point O, then I can write F into R, which is the rotational tendency or the moment about O because of F. It must be equal to F1 into R plus F2 into R. So, obviously it will be. So, this is what the Braggnon's principle or Braggnon's theorem is. Now, one more term, related to moment and torque, moment of a couple. So, first we must define couple. Couple means what? Couple means it is a pair of two equal and opposite. Couple, generally literary meaning of couple is this, it is a combination of two equal and opposite. So, two equal and opposite, here we are talking about the force. So, two equal and opposite forces makes a couple. Okay. So, if this is one force, this is another force, magnitude wise both are equal in magnitude, parallel to each other, but opposite in direction. So, this is what known as couple. What will they produce? Obviously, if I have to deal with sigma f equals to 0, yes, it is sigma f equals to 0. So, what will they produce? They will produce only and only rotational effect, no translational effect will be produced by this. So, this is what dealt here, कि moment produced by two equal, opposite and non-collinear forces is called a couple, and this pair will produce only rotation. So, for that I have taken two forces F minus F and the rotation about point A, moment about point O. So, the distance of this force A plus D, distance of this force from point O, A. The rotational tendency because of F is anti-clockwise, and rotational tendency because of this is clockwise. So, M, the net moment, net rotational effect will be equal to F into A plus D minus F A, which is equal to F into D, F into D. Okay. So, F into D, what it is? It is the force into the distances between parallel forces. In vector form, we can represent R A cross F plus R B cross minus F. So, it is coming out R cross F, R F sin theta and cap. So, the direction. Moment due to couple is also a vector quantity and the direction will be given by right hand thumb rule. So, this is what shown here. Okay. Now, one more interesting thing which is justified here, कि moment due to couple is a free vector. It is not having a fixed line of action and fixed point of application. Yes, this is justified from here also, कि it is not related to O. This O is here, this O may be here. So, this A can be capital A. So, A plus D, again the resultant will be F into D. So, it is not related to this point. It is not related to this point. It is related only with the distance between these two equal and opposite forces. It is again justified with this particular example. If I have considered a cube here, okay. So, a force F is here, F is here. This is a couple system. It will try to rotate this cube in anti-clockwise manner, okay, in anti-clockwise manner, okay, F into D. Now, if I am shifting these forces to these points here, okay, the distance is same, the distance between these two parallel forces is same. So, it is again creating the what? It is again creating the couple, the rotational tendency, similar, same sense, same magnitude. Now, if I have changed the direction also, so now these forces are shifted to these positions. Again the tendency of rotation and the magnitude both are same. So, it means what? It means the moment due to couple is a free vector. It is not associated with line of action or the point of application. It is only and only dependent on the force and the distance. So, this is what the F into D. Here one more thing is also defined here. If I have to shift the force F from point A to B, it means the shifting of force in a parallel position. So, here what I am doing here, the force F, without disturbing the state of this body, I have made this force diagram. F is here, at point B I have introduced force F in the same direction and opposite. So, the net effect is same, these F are cancelling and so it remains only F. Now, if I am considering this force and this force, these are equal and opposite and making a couple. So, this couple is represented by F into D and the force at A is shifted at point B. So, if I have to shift the force to some parallel position, it will be replaced by force of same magnitude in same direction and a couple So, keep this thing in mind, shifting of force to some parallel position. So, I hope कि by discussion in these two videos I have covered many points, many basic points. I have not gone in much details of definitions and how, but how to deal with the problems, related to engineering mechanics, these are dealt here. So, by utilizing all these concepts, now we can solve the problems related to engineering mechanics of rigid bodies. So, by applying all these, we can go for the problems related to rigid body equilibrium. The main equations which are applicable there, sigma fx, sigma fy and sigma fz equal to 0 and moment equation. So, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope these two videos related to engineering mechanics will be helpful to you. Thank you very much. Thank you.